depending on who the client is, depending on what the demographic is, depending on who they're trying to attract as their client. The recording you'll hear on Tobela FM is not the same recording that you will hear on SAFM. I think a day or two later, I get a DM from OSM Talent, and they're like, "Hey, saw your video about the Gautrain. Do you want to pop in for a chat?" I said, because to get through to, if you check OSM, is like celebrities.
Right.
Like celebs. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, nah, I didn't audition. I didn't submit my profile. Y'all found me?
Hello, family. Welcome to yet another episode of Seen and Heard, a podcast that makes you feel seen and heard. And I'm with the co-host,
Luto Dala.
And today, as part of our guests, we will be having the ma'am who is elevating Africa in everything that she does, a voice to be reckoned with, the CEO and founder of Elevate Africa, and her name is Elma Akob.
Thank you so much.
How do you say that actually? Do people struggle to say your name?
Yes.
Akob.
I've heard Akob, but then there's always the Abok. Well, I don't know where that comes in.
Abok.
But it's always there. It's 4 letters. I think it would be an easy one. But
No, I don't.
But there's always a way.
Yeah.
So how do you say it?
Okay, so in Cameroon, it would be Akob.
Okay.
In South Africa, Akob.
Okay.
Akob.
Akob.
Roger that.
Roger that, Akob. How are you feeling?
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for having
super
us.
excited for the conversation. And love what you're doing.
All right.
Gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Zoom in.
Zoom. All right, let's start off with the icebreaker that we do on the show. So I'm going to ask you a few questions based on films.
Oh.
Calm.
Could have done anything.
It's mainly based on voice. So let's see. Which character does Tim Allen voice in Toy Story? I'll give you options. Maybe Dimple could help you, maybe. You got A, Ham, B, Buzz Lightyear, C, Mr. Potato Head, or D, Woody. Tim Allen voices character in Toy Story.
Can I call in a friend?
Yeah.
Dimple? You're the friend, and I'm calling you. Tim Allen. Tim Allen does a lot of
in
comedy.
all of these multiple choice, I'll be like, D is
Because, Dimple.
Well, I understand.
So you go for D?
Wait.
Who is
Okay.
D?
Tim Allen does a lot of comedy stuff, né?
Right, yeah.
Okay, which means he wouldn't be one of them serious guys, which means he wouldn't be Buzz. Okay, so
Buzz Lightyear.
let's eliminate that one. Give me the other options.
Ham, Mr. Potato Head, and Woody.
I think we'd know if it was Woody.
We would, right? Because that would be the main character.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I want to say Mr. Potato Head, but what's Dimple saying?
What's Dimple saying?
Well, Dimple said D, but that's Woody.
All right.
But I'm gonna go with Mr. Potato Head. I think
It was Buzz Lightyear.
Because you know what?
It was Buzz
and
Lightyear.
we're gonna,
That's the first one.
that's exactly why. That's why we don't play them games like this. Don't play with me.
Let me ask you one more.
Okay,
Then we move on to a different one.
cool.
All right. So who provides the voice of Master Tigris in Kung Fu Panda 3?
Okay.
We've got A, Julia Roberts, B, Sandra Bullock, C, Amy Adams, or D, Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
That is correct.
Ha! Because that one I know.
Come on. All right,
Not Kung Fu Panda. Okay.
let's move on to a South African one.
A South African one.
South African one. Question
South
one.
African.
Who is the most popular voice artist in South Africa? There are
That's a
4
very
names.
good question.
There are 4 names. No, I can't give you these options. You have to name them.
Mara, I
I'm
must name the
sorry.
4 names.
You don't. One of them is fine.
Okay, so the question is
Who is the most popular voice artist?
popular.
In
So
South Africa?
popular does not necessarily mean most achieved.
Right.
It's just the one that's most well known,
Right.
which means the one that's on the socials.
Right. Maybe. Right. Maybe.
It could be deep voice. Oh,
Deep voice.
oh.
Name the ad. Name the commercial. Name
a first name, a last name. Okay, not a last name. Last names are Sort of similar.
Name the commercial. What commercial? What
I just know he does all of those. I'm like, only on, not, it's not, oh, imagancane. Ooh.
Only on E.
Where's that?
Where's that?
Where's that guy? He does all the only on SABC1.
Not
Where's that? Okay.
Elma?
Who?
Wait.
Elma. Wow. Get in there. Get in there.
This is tough because like I know so many voice artists, but they don't post their work on the social. So they wouldn't be popular, but you hear them every day.
Right.
I'm going to have to,
So we have Lwazi Mkhize as one.
Okay.
We have Adam Boer, I think that's how you say his name. We have Michael Richard. And we also have Bohle Ngaba.
Angas.
Solid names.
But okay.
We'll move on to this next one. Mm-hmm. This one to me was a shocker. Mm-hmm. Who was the voice of the AI in Black Panther? And the clue is obviously...
Isn't it Trevor Noah?
It was Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
That was shocking to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's something we kind of know. Those of us who watched Black Panther, the making of the movie, and.
I'll end it there on a high note.
Awesome.
On a high note.
Speaking of notes and voices.
Oh, wow. Keynotes
and everything.
As well, yeah.
Keynotes. Well, you know.
So many notes. So many notes.
I have notes, you have notes.
Yeah.
You know. Miss Ma'am, your TikTok handle is very interessant. Tell me about that. A voice to be reckoned with. Where did it come from? How? When? What?
Great question. So I've always wanted my own like tagline as a speaker. Because, you know, you walk in there's Uno Zippo, she's a conversation strategist. And there's just something about when she says that. And so I always used to associate myself as a force to be reckoned with because that's just something I used to tell people. And then I started using my voice so much. I said, how about a voice to be reckoned with?
Right.
I need to patent that. So this is the podcast where people find out it belongs to me. So if I see anyone else using it, you heard it here first. So because I use my voice in everything that I do, and I believe that my voice has the power to shape conversations, to break certain barriers that have been placed in, you know, by society. And so it is a force to be reckoned with, my voice.
When did you realize you had a good voice, though? Were people just telling you, or you had no, this is a good voice. I have a great voice.
People were telling me. Because you know how in primary school and high school, everyone hates orals and mondeling. And my favorite thing was orals. Like, that's my favorite. When it was time for us to stand up and speak, in fact, the class would hate me. Because if you went before me, your marks were going to go down. Wow. So anyone who went before me, if you got like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, after Elma's gone, the teacher goes back and does everyone a -1 because she's basically saying, you weren't on that level. So it ain't going to be you.
Yeah.
So I think just growing up from a very young age, I had the confidence in the voice, and people would always say, you've got a great voice. You should do something with it.
And you have.
Like mondeling.
No, but the Afrikaans one was tough. Yo, ek het gunsteling verjaarsdag.
By vakansie.
By vakansie by die it's be strand. Oh my gosh. Die gras was grasgroen. Hey. Yeah.
That sounds like it's trauma that is speaking.
It's hurting.
Let's not unpack that.
Trauma is building up.
Yeah.
No.
But you know, you achieved so much at such a young age.
Very young age.
Does it? You achieved a lot. But actually, I wanted to ask you, before we go into, you know, you starting at a young age and whatever else, I saw a TikTok of yours. You were speaking at an event. And at this event, you were kind of, King Ukosha. What does Ukosha mean? You were like swankelaring us, you know, because you were like, if you go into Nedbank and you hear, I don't know, you know, you can do it. Do you want to, okay, and you go into the Gautrain and then you hear
my voice,
right, and then you go into the airport and
it's still my voice,
right. How did that journey begin? Besides the mondelings and what and that, at which point did you say, okay, no, I need to take myself seriously in a professional way?
I think it was undergrad, uni. I think was I 19? Let me not make that sound like that was a very long time ago. It wasn't that long ago. It was just the other day, essentially. But I was in undergrad, and like most students, I wanted to make money because times are tough. And you get to a point where all the noodle flavors taste the same. Do you know what I'm talking about? Whether it's beef, whether it's curry, Durban curry, they all start to but okay. So I said, I need to make money. And I want to make money in short spaces of time. This thing that everyone keeps saying, I have a great voice. How can I make money from this?
There you go.
So I started first with emceeing and hosting events. And then at one of the events that I was speaking at, someone came up to me and said, you have a really great voice for voiceovers. And you know when someone gives you a compliment, you're like, thank you. Then I went back home and I searched, what is a voiceover on Google? Because I had no idea what he was talking about. And realized that there's an entire industry where people make money just from speaking. And so did my research, used all the online resources, managed to train myself as a voiceover artist, and then pitched myself to different clients. And so I would walk into the Gautrain before I was even registered, before my voice was actually there. It was during COVID. I'd walk into the Gautrain, and as I'm waiting, there's like that welcome board that has words written on it that says, welcome to the Gautrain, So as I'm sitting there, I just whip out my phone, and you've got like 20 minutes of a wait because you missed the train that you were supposed to get on.
You know what?
And yeah, that's where the danger is. So it's not like you're going to go anywhere. Because also, I'm not trying to jab the train, but the train in Hatfield doesn't have waiting, like sitting spaces down by the train. So you wait upstairs. Okay.
Wow.
Y'all, okay.
So I'll get into that one.
So I'm looking at this page and it says, welcome to the Gautrain, offering this, 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 and this. So I read it in like my voiceover voice and I post it on social media. I get on the train, forgot about it. I think I tagged Gautrain and I did hashtag voiceover artist, whatever. Cool. I think a day or two later, I get a DM from OSM Talent, which is one of the best voiceover agencies in the country. And they're like, hey, saw your video about the Gautrain. Do you want to pop in for a chat? I said, I said, because to get through to, if you check OSM, is like celebrities.
Right.
Like celebs. And so I'm like, nah, I didn't audition. I didn't submit my profile. Y'all found me? And so then I met with OSM Talent, recorded some audios. And what they liked about me was it wasn't just that I had a nice voice, but I trained myself. Right. And so I understood the terminology of soft sell, hard sell, medium sell, whereas most artists just come in there and say, I've got a great voice. Like, let's make money from it. I went in there saying, here's what I've studied about voice work. Here's what I can deliver. Here's what I can do. And that made me a great artist. Also because I was very young. So initially I was recording Disney. I was recording like kiddie voices, you know, like it's Mickey Mouse birthday today or something like that. Or welcome to Bluey or only on Disney.
It's just her ability to
just switch.
Like she's just
like,
jumping into those voices.
Feels like childhood.
Disney is in the room.
I'm in your head.
Was Elma there when I was watching Disney?
Now you're thinking about your entire life.
I'm like, that was
the whole time.
Are you Dora the Explorer? Was it you?
Sorry, Dora. No, it's not me. But so after that, then they realized I also have a deeper tone. So my voice variation allows me to do a very high tone and a deep tone. And something that you want to know about voiceover work is deeper tones sell luxury brands. Right. So like Mauer Diamond and stuff. You can't say Mauer Diamond. So the deeper your tone, the more luxurious your brand. The BMW, the Mercedes, etc., etc. So yeah, found out a lot. Learned how to find international clients using online platforms, recorded for this Norwegian lady who had written an audiobook, and she needed like an African voice for her audiobook because she spoke about her time in Africa. So then just amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
So then what advice would you give to maybe other people who feel like, oh, I have a good voice. People say I have a good voice. What advice would you give them to sort of step into the voiceover industry? Would you say, expose your voice to social media platforms, same way that you did with the Gautrain incident, would you say they should do that?
My response to that would be 3 words: Elevate Africa Academy, which is my company.
Great plug.
We train voiceover artists, and we don't just train you, but we teach you how to integrate yourself into the industry. A lot of the times, upcoming voiceover artists say, all the jobs are taken, Elma. Like, SABC already has its voice. MTN already has its voice. Vodacom, Netflix, they all already have their voices. What you're missing out on is the other more than 10 million registered businesses in South Africa.
Wow.
They need voice artists. And so we're all chasing this very small group of clients, not realizing that every single organization, company, school, university, they all need voiceover work. This jewelry that I'm wearing, I need to go and say, would you like to get African jewelry? Head to Maridadi Jewelry today. They don't know that, but as soon as I do it for them, they'll be like, wow.
We didn't know we needed that.
We didn't know we needed that. Now can you do our necklace? Can you do our bracelet, etc., etc.? So the work is there. You just need to know how to find it.
That's amazing advice.
Yeah, I think that's what I actually wanted to ask, like how you integrate yourself, because you can do the voiceover training, and I actually approached my agency, Talent. And then I was like, I want to do voiceover artistry. And then she gave me a script, and I was like,
Now what?
what do you mean, Sapsal? Like, I can do kitty voice. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, so, and then it becomes like about the integration of yourself into, so I never thought about that, the other companies besides your MTA and your Vodacom.
Yeah, more popularized, commercialized.
Exactly.
Right.
Or that sometimes you need to be the one that actually presents somebody with this idea, and they'll buy it.
That's majority of the way that I make work, is by going to a corporate and saying, you didn't know you needed my voice, but I'm going to give it to you. And after you've worked with an organization, because you're their first experience, they only want to work with you.
Right.
And so you're creating lifelong clients, whereas everyone else is fighting over the big 5.
Oh. Then you create sustainability for yourself. Because I'm sure it can be really tough as voiceover artists finding work as well.
Right.
Because they are established voiceover artists.
You're competing against the greats, so don't go over that same fish that they're going for. Go and find your own somewhere else.
And also build that trusted client as well.
Exactly.
But what do you say about this new venture with AI and their voice work?
Great question.
Do you feel threatened as a tool? Oh, okay.
Look, but then I think for anything that is new in the world, you feel threatened. I feel like the first time computers came up, people were threatened because they were like, especially those typewriter guys, we've been using typewriters for so long, now you're telling us you're going to use like your own little laptop thing.
Yeah.
The payphone people that they used to pay for you to send a phone call, they were also threatened when phones came out. And so when AI and, even internet, when the internet came up, I'm sure, guys, post offices are closing down because we never thought, and it's happened in our lifetime, we can't even say post offices in our parents' lifetime. We were alive when post offices were there. And in the space of like 10, 15 years, they are getting to a point where they're completely redundant because who is sending mail?
Right.
Who even has a mailbox? And so it's about the fact that when there is change, you yourself need to be susceptible to change. So don't try and fight it and try and stick to, this is what I know, I'm going to stick to being a post office because that's what I know, that's what we do. Learn, okay, if everyone is using the internet, how can we turn the post office into an internet learning hub? How can we bring in computers or laptops and have people pay for the hour for those who want to come do research because they don't have electricity at home? Something along those lines. So to the point in AI, AI is getting to a point where it's getting very smart and is replicating voices. What it hasn't been able to do successfully yet is to replicate emotion.
There you go.
So with voices, it'll be like, like Siri at the end of the tone, down one, or what's the GPS hun?
What's her name again?
There's different ones.
Does she have a name?
She does. Oh.
I mean, on iPhone, it depends.
Okay, yeah. But look,
Okay.
Look, girl tells you in 300 meters, turn right. She's not trying to be your friend. She's telling you in 300 meters, turn right.
It's more conversational.
Exactly.
Or something, yeah.
And so with voice work, which is very similar to acting, we have to bring out certain emotions. You have to be able to, when you're speaking to kids, add a little laughter in there because that's what they want to hear. You need to, that deeper tone needs a little Sometimes you even hear breathing in a voice work because they want you to feel that radiance. So AI hasn't been able to replicate that yet. What we currently find, though, is when we are sending out contracts to companies who want to use our voice, we have to include a do not use for AI clause.
Right.
Because what happens is they take your voice
Exactly, and then copy
and then they
something.
try and use AI to replicate your voice. And if they hear you enough times,
They could,
they'll be able to. So, child.
That
Have
is
you ever tried to put your voice through AI?
Not yet, because I'm scared that if I do, I won't have control of what happens to it.
right.
But do you think, okay, this is a little bit of an AI thing for me, okay? Like, do you think that if you put it on the platform, on the AI platform, that it can be, in the long run, somewhere in the clouds, be accessible to someone somewhere?
I feel like it might be. And I say this because I was approached to teach AI using my voice.
Wow.
Right? So there's an organization that's trying to pick out voices from different countries to teach AI so that it has like multiple accents and multiple ways of speaking. Now, initially, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Like, let me contribute. I don't know what accent this is. This is a confused accent, but sharp. Let me contribute to that. But then they sent the brief, which needed you to literally read out like a 300-word book with different emotions. And by the time you're done with that recording, that AI tool has access to everything your voice can do. Wow. And now you're like, imagine I'm walking around and someone says, "Oh, I heard your voice in this one advert," and it's a dodgy advert.
Oh, right.
And now I'm like,
Your reputation.
it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
it's me.
same goes for this deep fake thing where people are like putting faces and it's not your face. And even actors in South Africa, is it the South Africa Actors Guild? I think it's
Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a whole petition that they wanted people to sign to stop AI from being able to replicate what actors do and to pay actors well.
That is crazy. But then now it becomes a little bit complicated because if you put out your face, your work out there, on a public platform.
Exactly, on a public,
It's accessible to everyone.
Right.
And then I can do with your picture what I want to do with your picture because you've made it public and you've made it accessible.
and you won't get usage from that because it's on a public platform.
Yeah.
Right.
Scary.
But
That's all I can say. Scary.
Let's touch
Scary,
on
scary.
something. Let's touch on something else for, for a little bit. You mentioned your love for Africa, as we can also see it. You're very Pan-Africanist, I would say. You love to unify African countries. Would you say that also bleeds into your life professionally and personally as well in your work?
Definitely. I think my whole perception of being excellent at everything I do is because I desire to make excellence a word that everyone can use as a synonym for Africa.
Love that.
Because for the longest time, Africa's received the worst rep possible. And all the words that are associated with Africa are not positive.
Right.
It's poverty, it's dirty, it's poor, it's So I'm being excellent because I want everyone else who interacts with me to go, Africa equal excellence. Why? Because I encountered Elma, and Elma was from Africa and she was excellent. And so in everything that I do, I keep in mind that I am carrying this continent on my back in how I behave, and how I talk, and how I carry myself. And I feel like if we all took that responsibility a little bit more seriously, then we would be able to reshape what this continent looks like out into the world. And it's not just so that it looks nice, it's we need to look investment worthy. Africa currently struggles with external investments. We have the minerals. We could get into the chat about how we actually can sustain ourselves, but because of our bad leadership, etc., we're not able to do that. So we need to attract external funding. How do we attract external funding? By looking like a group of people who can be excellent with what's given to them.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Do you want to run for presidency?
Listen, I'm working on it.
Hey, man.
Just give me a couple of years.
I'm for president.
And we'll do it. That's my campaign video right there. Vote Elma.
Yeah. Okay. Voice.
I just remember, as I'm asking you this, I just remember the moments that we had during the Trump and Ramaphosa conversations, and we were so passionate about it, and you were so passionate about it. I'm like, I will be your vice president. Okay, girl.
I'm ready.
If you just take the lead.
I got you.
Okay.
We're ready.
We ready?
Would you like to join parliament or
politics?
You want to be part of our... When I'm president and she's vice, do you want to be?
Yeah.
You'll be one of the ministers. It's fine.
Yeah,
We'll put you in cabinet.
We'll find a spot for you.
Some department, maybe, yeah.
But in terms of leadership, is leadership something that was difficult to tune into? Have you always been a leader? You know, because being young
Right.
and leading multiple roles, because you do have multiple roles, many hats that you wear. Is it difficult? You work with people that are older than you that maybe you have to lead.
Right.
Great question. So leadership, I think, works in two ways. There's what I think of leadership, and then there's those who are watching me, what they think of leadership, which is, I don't want to call them the followers, but the people who I lead. So there's their perception and there's my perception of myself. My perception of myself is I was born into leadership. I think if you are a hard worker and you are put into a group situation, you will always take the task. You will always be the one who said, y'all have been in group work. It's the worst thing on planet Earth.
Oh my God.
Being in group work where you are a hard worker, because you just pick up slack from everyone and you say, okay, guys, here's what we're doing. I'm going to work on the research. You're going to work on the slide. Da, 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 da. And then the one who was supposed to do the slide doesn't do it. But okay, that's not what we're addressing today.
Personal.
But
That sounded so personal.
being a hard worker makes you an automatic leader. What you need to learn is how to treat people, because leadership is not about what you can do, but how you treat people, essentially. And so I've had to learn that, in the sense that being an overachiever, being a hard worker, there's a certain standard of excellence that I want from myself and that now I want from everyone else. But you've got to be more understanding and forgiving that not everyone is there.
Of course.
And so you need to, if this person is struggling with this slide, instead of saying it's not done, how can I assist you? And, just be a better person in general. It was definitely difficult because, like you said, I'm probably the youngest in all the spaces I'm in, just because I started school young. And so I got into uni, I think I was 17 or 16.
Wow.
Elma.
16, yeah.
Wow.
I turned 17 whilst at uni.
I think you tell me this every other day, ne? And it doesn't register.
incredible.
Shocks me too.
Like,
Numb, because what was a child doing in university? But anyways, it's fine. A recent girl at UP just graduated at 15. She made the rest of us look old.
Was that the actuarial science? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are we doing with our lives?
She's doing wonders. Yeah.
But being the youngest just means you have to overcompensate, because everyone is expecting you to be, it's just the youthful person. It's just the young one in the group. No one really wants to listen to you. And so you have to demand respect in how you carry yourself. If I take myself seriously, it forces everyone else to take me seriously.
There you go.
But if I walk into the room and I'm like, yeah, hey guys, let's take a selfie. And then let's chill. Everyone's going to take me as someone who's like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But I'm just saying different situations require different parts of you.
But let's talk about the big stages of leadership as well, because as I have it, you were elected chairperson of the Youth United Nations Summit. How was that experience? I mean, that could be overwhelming for some. How did you manage to wear that crown as chairperson and run with it?
Yeah.
true.
So it was just before varsity, and I was 15 or 16. I was 15. I got to the UN, and it was a conference for young people aged 15 to 18 from all over the world coming together to discuss our future, because the problem with certain bodies like the UN, the African Union, is the people who sit in those positions don't represent us, and they're discussing our future. And that's terrifying. They're having conversations about a future they will not exist in without the people who will have to live through that future. It's a terrifying reality why young people constantly have to justify why we should be in the rooms discussing our future.
Makes sense.
Y'all ain't going to be here.
Makes sense.
But anyways, I digress. And so as we're sitting in this room, it was a 3-day conference. And so 186 young people in a hotel in New York.
Wow.
And New York and Washington. And we're just having different group discussions, group presentations, et cetera, et cetera. 3 days. They had 2 days to get to know me and 186 others.
Exactly.
I don't know how they thought, look, gal from Africa, that little African black girl. She the one.
That's exactly how we thought about it. You're like, that little girl from Africa, she's the one.
She the one.
What are these accents?
Guys, we're working on it. But the fact that we weren't me being the leader, I wasn't chosen by the leaders who were there. I was chosen by the young people, 186 young people. And I always get so scared when I'm surrounded by young people because a lot of the times it's a popularity contest. A lot of the times it's not the most deserving person who's chosen. It's not the most hardworking person. It's just the one that, everyone goes, let's get this person in. And they're like, yeah. And then we sit there, the nerdy hard workers are in the background going, nah, he's just going to go there and not do anything. But by the grace of God, this 186 young people thought, we're going to vote for Elma. And so when they were announcing it and they're like, Chairperson of the Youth UN, Elma, I said, do y'all even know me? We had 2 days together. But in those little conversations, they found a spark. They saw something within me that they thought was attractive and was hopeful. And so speaking at the UN headquarters, sitting where the UN Secretary General sits. Talking to young people about the future, it is just the most incredible position to be in when you can speak about a future that you will see. And I guess, I'm stepping a little bit away from your question, but my suggestion for leaders in those positions would be just give us a chance and you'll see.
As youngsters, right?
Just give us the podium, give us the chance and you will see. And then don't just listen to us. Act.
Implement.
Because there's so many times we speak and we have these brilliant ideas and suggestions and it's Youth Month. It ends in Youth Month. It goes, we're going to have a youth indaba. Get all the young people together. All the young people come. We talk. Yeah. Finish. Thank you guys so much for coming. What deal? Never hear, never see, never
act on it. Yeah.
Nothing.
But speaking of accents that we were just doing right now, is the accent.
We're going to go back to accents.
Speaking of accents, I've always thought it was interesting how voiceover artists almost want to sound a particular way.
Speak on it, drag us.
Right, yeah, I will drag you through phone.
That accent is crazy.
But how does it affect anything? Do you think you get into a particular accent when you're making certain things? Does it depend on whether it's a Disney voiceover or it's Konja, what was the diamond thing that you
Mawa
did for
Diamond.
Mawa Diamond for Zosie's crown.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I know that. Of course I know it. But yeah.
Great question. So I like to think of it as voice acting, focus on the acting part of it.
There you go, yeah.
So when you're required to be a specific character, you become that character.
Sure.
So there is, yes, the Santon voice character that you hear a lot. Get it now for $9.99 only on. But then there's also the, yo, chum, let's get to McDonald's, babe. Like we're starving. There's also that voice. There's also the tata my chance, tata my millions. So whenever you are required to be a certain, depending on who the client is, depending on what the demographic is, depending on who they're trying to attract as their client, then, the recording you'll hear on Tobela FM is not the same recording that you will hear on SAFM because there's a different target audience.
Right.
So, and this goes to all the artists. Voiceover work is not a monolith. It's not just one voice that gets all the gigs. We actually need diversity in the voice industry because when you've heard the same voice over and over again, it becomes repetitive. It sounds robotic. We are no different to AI, like you said previously. And so we need that. We need more brands who are committed to saying, listen, if we're doing an advert in Soweto, we can't have ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
We can't do that. We've got to find our target and find a way to market to them.
So now with that, when you mentioned diversity, right, do you believe that it's possible, I'm not saying it is, but do you think it's possible for maybe everyone to be a voice actor?
I genuinely do.
There's a niche for everything,
I
right?
promise you, I genuinely believe that anyone can do this. The youngest artist I've trained was 9 years old.
Oh, but
The oldest artist I've trained is 54.
Wow.
And that's because Morgan Freeman is still the most paid voiceover artist in the world today.
Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman.
He did play God.
The voice of God.
And
The
Mandela.
voice of all, he does National Geographic as well, different Netflix shows. He just stands and says, this is
Mandela.
Africa. And it's like, it's Morgan. And that man is in his 80s, right?
Wow.
He's in his 80s. Morgan's old. But yeah, that's just to say, voiceover work, there's no age limit to it. There's no accent limit to it.
Exactly.
If you think about every single Nollywood, K-drama, all of those things need people to do the English dubs.
Right.
The industry is huge.
Right.
You're going to need, listen.
It's Nollywood for me.
Bollywood. Did I say Nollywood?
I've seen
Bollywood.
Love.
Bollywood translations into Zulu as well. It trended on TikTok. That thing was so
But the dubbing is actually so interesting.
Yeah.
Because I never thought about it that way, that there's also, it really is.
Like
You gotta
you
find
mentioned,
all
like
those characters.
people are just going for the big five. They're not
Exactly.
really expanding their vision into the other market there is actually. Very
Contra,
much
what's
true.
the contact details for Elevate Africa?
Yeah, go on, plug.
Elevate Africa. If you just go on Google and you search elevateafricaacademy.com, you will find our website. Send an inquiry and we will train you. We've got such incredible artists out there. The female voice for Black Panther, the animation, was trained by myself. So Black
Lovely.
Panther has an animation out and the Black Panther is Shuri. In the animation. And so the voice who does the character was trained by Elevate Africa Academy. There's just so much. I can't even get in.
Nah.
But yeah, we've trained people who have gotten into what's that game that's coming out is it 2026?
GTA 6?
Grand Theft Auto.
No way.
Grand Theft Auto. So GDO. So we've got an artist because GDA, not GDO. We've got
There's
a
no way.
Grand Theft Auto that's coming out, just doing an all around the world. It has a thing where they go all around the world.
Okay, yes.
I don't play Grand Theft
Are
Auto.
we talking Grand Theft Auto 6?
Yeah, the one that's coming.
I don't know,
There's
but
no
I
way.
I don't know
saw-
which one it is, but it's
No.
coming.
You know what I
It's
saw?
coming,
and-
whether it's 879 but it's coming. My point is, when they drive on the streets of Africa,
Yes.
because Africa is a whole country, right?
Yeah.
So when they drive in Africa, the voice that you're gonna hear from like the different, because like GTA, you hear the voice when you drive over someone.
Yeah, the people.
yeah. It's gonna be African voices in there, and one of them was trained by us. So
There's no
So what are they gonna?
way.
What are the voices in Grand Theft?
that's
hey,
big.
go.
You drive over someone. Hey,
What's that?
Stop. When's on?
when's that?
No,
When's that?
Yeah.
that is true. GTA 6 is going to be so
I have that is so.
Unreleased content. You heard it here first. But
Wow. That's amazing.
I actually saw an AI generated AI Grand Theft Auto. What? Like, why not have Grand Theft Auto in the world's #1 crime capital or whatever
Oh, we're talking now.
of the world? So then they made like a.
I've seen the GTA 6, like the GTA South African, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But then what was funny is imagine trying to rob a bank or rob in South Africa, but then the system is offline.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so funny.
it won't work.
Yo,
Yes.
so you were invited,
Oh,
Bye.
yeah.
President.
Oh,
Barack.
y'all went into the records.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
your
Did y'all's
voice has
research.
clearly
Yeah.
taken you
Oh,
places.
indeed.
Right?
Voice to be reckoned with.
Go forth.
It is a voice to be reckoned with, right? You were invited by the US president, former US
It
president,
was Kenyan.
Barack Obama.
It was.
It was Kenyan.
Barack
Yes.
Obama.
Yeah.
How was that? What was that for?
Inaugural, was it?
Yeah.
For, how was
inauguration.
that?
So it was because of my Youth UN chairpersonship position that we spoke about earlier on.
Yeah.
So because I was the Youth UN chair for that summit, I got an invitation with the seal of the Oval Office from Barack saying, but here's the problem. You are invited to the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. So he was obviously, I was being invited to the inauguration of the president because it was at the end of Obama was
term.
done.
Oh.
And so they wanted, representation, young people, and they're like, Youth UN, you would look great to be in here. And I remember reading that letter and being like, if it was anyone else,
But
give me Hillary, give me Kamala, give me anybody, even Bill. Anybody else.
not Bill
But
catching flag.
because it was Trump, I didn't go because
Wow.
I was just, listen, younger Elma was even more political than this. And it was a no for me.
She's like Greta.
Donald Trump never. So I'm not going to use, okay, they were going to pay. I'm not
They were
going
gonna
to
pay.
attend.
Alma,
I'm not going to attend.
The money
I'm
doesn't
in
mean
protest.
anything. The money doesn't mean anything. Alma's integrity was there. Young
Alma.
Alma
Okay.
was Greta.
So, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to stand on it.
Stand on business. Stand on business.
You didn't.
And now, Konje, you guys see what you did with Donald Trump.
Who's you guys?
Okay, sorry. American audience, see what you did. Could have warned you. This was a long time ago. Okay. This was his first term even, before he got the break. But yeah, that was that.
Would older Alma have gone?
Older Alma would not have gone.
Wow.
Alma, you are.
Yeah, that's
Alma.
why I'm saying yes. Older Alma would not have gone. Thing is, I would have taken the flight and then disappeared. Okay, let me not say that on camera.
Maybe.
Let's just
not.
retract. Disappear to see the beauty
Right.
of America
There you
and
go.
find my way right back into the Oval Office for the event because I would never disappear. But yeah, older Alma probably would not. But it's just I don't align with everything that he is.
I mean, how was America anyways? Compared to Africa, I would say. Because for me, I've never traveled overseas, never been internationally to America. How was that coming from an African standpoint going to America?
Yeah. I've been there a couple of times. I have cousins there and I host events there. It's very interesting.
Wait,
Can I say this without
Backtrack.
offending people?
What do you mean?
Hosted events
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
That's
done it
the
all.
next point.
She's done it all.
And so I have family there, and I don't want to be rude, but in fact, America has a deep dark history the same way that South Africa has a deep dark history.
Right.
And there is people are struggling with the concept of identity, whereas a Zulu man knows who he is. You don't have to ask him twice. In America, there is this idea of where are we coming from?
Right.
But then you've also got the younger generation who say we're not coming from Africa because our parents and our parents' parents and our parents' parents' parents were from America. So we're American. And so there's that constant conflict of who are we? And then when they come face to face with an African, it's like, oh, the motherland. Some of them are like, oh, this is motherland. But then you can't really relate to the motherland that you've never been to. Also a motherland that you never celebrate.
Right.
You love the culture, but you don't really respect the people because you believe that we are lower than you in some way, shape, or the other. So
Like you mentioned earlier about how people perceive Africa.
exactly.
Right?
The perception is, oh, you guys, look at your continent. What does she do there? So it's that conversation. Also, a lot of them don't know a lot about the rest of the world. Because America is just so big.
It is.
Every single state is like a different country.
Right.
When you're in Texas,
Yeah.
it's different to when you're in DC. And the people are different. They have different accents. They have
Right.
different ways of life. And so they know about themselves. Bring in another country and it's like, no.
Yeah.
South Africa is Mandela. That's it. That's all that we are. Don't try and bring nobody else into the picture. So, Mandela,
Yeah.
love that guy. It's like, he's not here anymore. But that's what they'll say. But yeah, they're interesting people. I think, look, they're just trying to work with the cards that they've also been dealt.
course.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
course.
So I can't even fault them.
Because they still celebrate. What they have in New Orleans.
No.
Don't do the Zulu parade.
Cool.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do
Let's
it.
No, I'm not even
We're
gonna.
not. Y'all brought me here not to get you cancelled. Let me not be the one that
Dimple's the one. Dimple's on the one.
Talking about Trump. And next thing, you post the episode and it says, hey, we're just joking. We love America.
So what's next for Miss Alma? Because I know that you're doing your PhD.
That's right.
Amazing.
That's right.
You know, but what's next for Alma, the academic, the businesswoman, the entrepreneur, the MC and host, the voice-over artist, the
So many
voice to be
hats.
reckoned with, the
So
trainer,
many
because you do
hats.
train.
When you say it like this, you already make it sound like I do a lot.
You
Hey.
do a lot.
And you're still so young as well. It's amazing.
Okay, I tend to forget that. What's next? I need to finish this PhD. Child.
Girl.
I need to walk into this. Next time you'll have me at an episode. Yes, that's right. I'm suggesting a next time.
Hey.
But next time you guys have me, it should be like Dr. Akob.
Yes.
And I'll just be sitting differently. And, right now I'm sitting up because I'm still trying to prove myself. But as a doctor, I'm here. So next time I want to be done with that PhD completed. I left my 9 to 5 to do Elevate Africa full time because I'm passionate about reshaping how Africans communicate. So we don't only train voiceover artists, we train public speakers as well, which is a critical skill that every man, woman, and child needs to have. The ability to communicate is what sets you apart, whether you're an engineer, a lawyer, a teacher, an accountant, whatever the case is. So focusing on my company, hoping to grow that to becoming a continental name. Before global, Elevate Africa is for Africans. Right. There's a lot of us here. So my client base is here. Once I've got myself there, Zim, Kenya, Tanzania, etc., then I can say we're successful. And then as an MC as well. So I'm trying to grow my program director profile to host for corporates, to host presidents, to host critical dialogues and things like that. And then most especially, rest.
Nice.
Because ek is moeg. Ek is moeg. Ek is baie moeg.
100% mondeling.
I'm so tired. Because like you said, all the things that you've mentioned has been done in a very short space of time. And so I can't wait to just take my shoes off in Bali.
Oh, Sana.
And just lie down by the beach without notification bell, without just rest in all of this hard work and look back. Because that's what it's for. At the end of the day, we forget why we're doing all of this. We're doing all of this so that we can be, financially capable of taking a break, taking our parents on retirement, etc., etc. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Elma, thank you for joining us, Mama. And that's a wrap from all of us here at Seen and Heard. If you haven't liked, commented or subscribed, please do that to keep in the loop. And from our hearts to yours is all love.